everyone, if you haven't entered my YouTube anniversary giveaway, this video is an excellent one to follow for one of your entries, and I'll link that video below. Any comments, likes, and or subscribes are always appreciated. Hi everyone, welcome back, and today I'm going to go through a flat mail idea, but it's also kind of geared towards teachers. Next week is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I got started late on my projects for that, also because they sent us like a list and different things to do every single day of the week, and I'm like, who has time for that? We're actually not even going to be there most of the week. So what I decided to do was make like a easy one-page wonder out of a 12 by 12 sheet of paper to make a gatefold card with a couple different configurations, but also so that there is space for putting maybe like a gift card or a note, or and then there's so many different ways you can change this up. I'm also going to show you how to do this configuration with a 12 by 12 sheet that is directional, because that can get a little bit hectic when you're doing something that's got a lot of folds. Eventually one side is going to be upside down. So let me show you really quick the ones that I did have already made. Most of the paper I'm using is from this paper pad from DCWV. I found this at Joann, I think last year. It's called School Time. It's really cute. Most of the papers though are directional, so I pulled out the few that weren't on both sides. So, but at least on the back side, you've got some non-directional. That's usually how it goes with pattern paper. So typically both sides aren't directional. So let me walk you through the ones that I already have. So this is just gatefold on one side, and then I do have gatefold on the other side, but with a corner holder to keep it in place. So this front part, I have a piece of ephemera, and some of the stuff is also from either the Simple Stories school line, and there's also from the I Love School from Echo Park. That's one of my favorites. And then a couple of pieces from Dollar Tree stickers. So what I did was I got a piece of ephemera from one of the Simple Stories lines. It already has the offset border, so I matted it on a piece of paper, and then I matted that again on another piece of paper. The reason I did that, I wanted this to have a little bit of weight to keep that down, because there's not going to be any other enclosure on here. So here I have it opening this way. I have a little journaling spot so I can write the teacher a note. And then I put just a bunch of different ephemera pieces. Some of these are chipboard on the middle. I did mat this middle part back here because this pattern was just very busy. So I wanted to break that up. And then another piece of ephemera that I also matted on a piece of white cardstock. So that's the front. The back, and again, you can configure any of these ideas into different ones. So you don't have to use both this closure and this closure on one. You can use both of just the gatefold closure. You can use both corners. You can leave them both open. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. And then I'll show you how to do the corner holders here. I have a matted piece that kind of acts as the closure. This I'm either thinking I'm going to have my son write her a note in his 4-year-old handwriting, and then put a picture of him on the back so she can keep that. And then on the inside here, again, I matted it with, well, I didn't mat this, actually has the border on it. This was a piece that came in the Simple Stories school card pack. This is from Echo Park, and then you can decorate however you want. So that's one configuration with two closure ideas. Here's the other. This one's a little bit more simpler. So if you wanted to do a belly band, I'll show you how to make the belly band. So this actually is one of the stickers from a Dollar Tree pack. It was one of the, that's on like a foam piece that pops it up. So I took that off. I glued it like that. You see how there's a gap there? You're going to need that gap. So also keep in mind how you're going to separate that inside, because this is going to be a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. If you use it on here, it's going to be very snug, which is fine, but I need these to be open to have that backing in there, not backing, but that open spot, because I'm going to put a gift card. Most likely it's going to be a printed out gift card, so I need some space to put a piece of, like a sheet of paper in there. So there's that. So this is just the basic configuration you on the side. So you've got this fold out here. I added just a little, get back in frame, just a little spot to make a note here. I was trying to use up some scraps that were on my table, so I matted that in the back. I used a white piece of cardstock. I used some stickers from the I Love School set. So that has like a little sentiment there, so I don't have to write anything out. And then instead of having this gatefold open, I made it into a pocket. So I could put stickers or another note in there. And then the other side, I did the same thing, but just on the opposite. So I have here the pocket, and then this one's actually a piece from the card maker kit as well. So I have that to stick in there. Now this is going to be pretty snug because it's not gusseted. So just keep that in mind as well. But if you want it to stick out quite a bit, that's actually fine, because then it looks like it's part of the background. So there's that. And then on both of these, again, like I said, has the opening here. So when you do put something in there for them, you know, whether it's stickers or a gift card, whatever it is, you got plenty of space to do that. And this should keep it secure. The other way you can do it, if you have a directional piece of paper, and I'm going to show you everything, is have your gatefold on the inside. Now this makes it a little bit snug, a little bit puffy when you close it. So I'll show you two different ways to configure this, either this way where it's a little bit puffy, or you can give yourself a gusset. So let me show you quickly how to make just the general gatefold one that you can use for non-directional paper. So what you're going to want to do is have your 12 by 12 in here, and you're going to score at 3 all the way down, and then 9 all the way down. Turn it a quarter turn, and then score at 6 all the way down. Okay? So then fold down the middle at 6 and burnish. And then before you fold and burnish your sides, you're going to cut up the middle here. So from the outside to the 9-inch, and then the outside to the 3-inch, okay? That gives you your gatefold. So the other configurations will look like this. You can even do it this way with the opening up top. Up to you. Do whatever you want. This is totally customizable to your project. These are even great for Mother's Day, which is coming up, and Father's Day, even end of school, which teacher appreciation is very close to the end of school, but yeah. Okay, so if you're doing directional, you're going to do the same thing, but make sure that your 3 and your 9-inch score lines are when you've got your paper up and down. So the way you want to see it, because that's the way it's going to open. So you'll be able to see both. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to do it with the gusset so that you don't have too much bulk in the middle. So again, you've got your directional paper up and down. we're going to score at 3 and then at 9. Again, do the quarter turn. And instead of scoring right down the middle, we're going to score at 5 7/8. And then 6 1/8. So that gives us about a 1/4 inch right in the middle. Okay. Now this is going to be a little bit different when you cut your lines here. So you're actually going to cut out this middle chunk right there. So follow your score line. Okay. And we can clean that up in just a little bit, so don't worry about that. Again, follow your score line to the 9 inch. Okay. Again, cut that out. Okay. Now let's do some folding and burnishing. So here we're going to still have it directional up and down. You're going to fold down that first score line. Give it a good burnish. And then, so these smaller gussets, they can be a little bit tricky, so give yourself some sort of advantage. So butt it up against your bone folder. I've seen some people do it at the corner of their desk, like the edge of their desk, because those can be a little bit difficult to not, you know, go over the middle and get a little bit wonky. Okay, so then everything else is just folding towards the inside. And so when you close it, and so see here how I said we're going to clean that up, so let's do that right quick because it's hanging off just a tad. This one too. Okay. And there you have your directional gatefold. Oh, I have it upside down. That's going to show on the inside. So isn't that nice? So then this would probably work better with the belly band because there's nothing to hold it down. Or you can attach some seam binding or ribbon so it's got a little closure at the bottom. Excuse me. So yeah, so these are super easy. Let me walk you through one more time how to do just the regular one. Let me use one that's kind of like Mother's Day-ish. I think that would be really pretty. Okay, so this is non-directional. So let's start at the side. So let's do 3 and 9. And these are so easy to do. You can bust through your 12 by 12s. You don't even need to have double-sided paper because you can just decorate the inside or the outside if that's the white part. However you see fit. You can make pockets like I showed you. You can make pockets out of other scraps. Okay, so we're going, it might be a little hard to see on this one. So we're going to go from the outside to the 3 inch cross section there. I'm not great about cutting straight lines. And turn it around and do the same from the outside. Okay, so which side do we want to be there? Okay, so if you want this to be the outside, let's fold it over this way. You're going to see the inside first, and then fold these in. There's your pretty pattern paper for the outside. in again. So this is the basic configuration if you're going to make one that's non-directional and not gusseted. So there you go. There's that. And let me just show you right quick how to do the belly band. So this is a 12 by 12. It can be whatever height you need it to be. I would say at least an inch tall. I wanted it to keep some of the sayings, so I kept it, how do you say, like a non-specific height, but just enough to have all 3 lines of words in there. So if you want a tight band, like I said, you can make it 6 inches across in the middle. But if you need some space, especially for something like this, that's a little bit thicker, that's going to have something inside of it, you will want to score this at 2 7/8 and then 9 1/8. Okay. And here, like I showed you, it's not going to meet exactly in the middle. So you can take a piece of ephemera, and I would recommend using ephemera, not anything sticky, just because you're going to have that exposed back unless you're going to mount it on something. So let's see, because this is round, you're going to want to have it centered as possible. Let me see, I'm going to use tape for this one because glue gets a little tricky. As close to the edge as possible. Let me line up this sentiment. Okay. All right. Definitely would have been easier if I had my tape runner near me, but that's okay. All right, let's just fold that over so it's not sticking out the edges. Okay, so it's got a good space in between. Okay, so let's center that. Yeah. Finish that in there. Now I know this doesn't match this, but it's what I had nearby, so. So there you go. You've got your belly band. Now, just quickly, there's really no dimensions that I used for these closures here on this one. I really just eyeballed everything. What I did was I just got the piece of ephemera that I wanted. I matted that and gave it a good border around, and then I matted that again with the similar border. With these odd shapes, you really can't say like it's a quarter or it's a half or whatever. So yeah, just kind of eyeball it. But let me show you the corners here. So the gatefold parts are about 3 inches wide, and corners are so easy to do. At first I was confused and not exactly sure how to do it. So let's say your gate closure is 3 inches wide. To make the corners, you need it to have a 1/2 inch border. So you need a 3.5 by 3.5. Okay. This is going to make your 2 corners. And then what you want to do is just line up in your score, not your score, but your cutting groove there. One here at the top, one here at the bottom. There's really no exact measurement. And just slice it through. Okay. And then you're going to make your score lines at half and half. Okay. So let's flip this around. Score at half. And I do this on the back just because it lines up better at the edge there. Score it at the half. Cut through that intersection. Okay. fold over and burnish. And then you need to get rid of these pieces. So the easiest way to do that is start from your edge here at your score line and just angle it down. Sharper the better the angle, because you're less likely to have overhang that way. See? And then what you do is you go to your card, glue it down, well, just the folded over edges there. And you've got your gatefold pocket. You can double mat it if you'd like. I can't tell you the measurements offhand. It's probably going to be a maybe a 2.5 by 2.5 square, like I showed you, and then just bisect it along the angle like that. But it just depends on how big of a border you want it. So yeah, these are easy peasy. And then for the middle closure, so this is a 6 by 6 space. You don't want it to be 6 by 6. You want it to have, again, some border showing in the back, but you also can't have it too snug. So this outer one, this green part I have, is a 5.5 by 5.5. And then the matted part on top is, I think 5 by 5. No, 5.25 by 5.25. But if you wanted more of a border, it would be 5 by 5. Okay, that would give you a 1/2 inch border. This can be shorter. It can be more narrow, just as long as it fits in those corner pockets. But that's a good size to have something substantial that they're going to see when they open it. So yep, I hope this helps you guys. I don't claim that this is my own configuration. There are so many out there. People who have been doing this a lot longer than I have. But yeah, this was just a quick idea that I had to kind of personalize it for and I didn't realize my son has 4 teachers. Well, he has 2 teachers, and then he has the student teacher and then the teaching assistant. So they lumped all of them into Teacher Appreciation Week. And so that's 4 gifts. And if they wanted something every single day, it's like, that's 20 different things that I need to do, which this mama does not have time for that. I don't know any mama that does, or dad. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. These were really fun to make. And like I said, just personalize them up as you see fit. Make your pockets if you want. If you don't want the gatefold on both sides, add your stickers. You don't have to have double-sided. This can be white and just sticker it up, or add your scraps to make layers. Do whatever feels good to you. All right. Okay, I hope you're having a good day or night wherever you are. Take care. Bye-bye.